This morning we are in the Catholic University of Paris, in the bottom of the Church of St. Joseph on the campus of the Catholic University, where we find the crypt of Blessed Frederic Ozanam. Frederic was one of the 7 founders of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and upon his death, his wife asked that he be buried here. But this is a very special place for the Ascension family, and especially for the members of the St. Vincent de Paul Society. Here Frederic has been laid to rest, and the prayer is that one day soon he will be canonized as saint of the Catholic Church. The St. Vincent de Paul Society is the largest branch of the Ascension family. Its members number somewhere around 900,000 throughout the world, and they are currently ministering in approximately 70 different countries around the world. They are a lay organization, from its international president right through its membership, and are certainly the advance guard, so to speak, in the fight against poverty for the Ascension family. One of Frederic Ozanam's geniuses, or part of his special gift, was to give to his members, the members of the society, the legacy of doing home visits. The home visitation, it was essential to the society's way of operating, to make people feel that they can be comfortable, that their needs are going to be met, that they're cared for. Frederic asked that members go 2 by 2 to visit every home that they went to, that they offered comfort, support, and whatever aid they could to the particular families in need, and that it all be done with a confidentiality that respected the privacy and the dignity of the people whom they were serving. Frederic was a professor at the Sorbonne University, and during one of his classes he was challenged. He was challenged by his students who said to him, "If you're Catholic, what are you going to do about it? It's nice to talk about it, but it's much more effective to be a man of action." And that influenced Frederic tremendously. He relied on the assistance of a daughter of charity, Rosalie Rondu, who helped him to formulate a way in which he could actually be a concrete service to people in need. Paris in the early 1800s was reft with poverty, with sickness, with wars. And the people here in their situation was rather desperate all the time. Rosalie was someone who was famous for being able to cross the barriers that was set up between revolutionaries and the government. She was accepted by both sides, and it was because of her that Frederic was able to gain access to the homes of the poor. When Frederic was looking for a name for his group, he picked the name Vincent de Paul, because his own feeling was that Vincent was a great model for what they were trying to do and continuing to serve the needs of those who are most abandoned. So 200 years after Vincent, this new group of lay people took his spirit and incarnated it into the new reality of what was happening in the Paris of his day. To this day, the society is working in the same spirit of Frederic, in the example of that he gave and the other founders, and also the spirit of Vincent. Their mission is to go to those most in need and to be of service. And not only do they do that in terms of material immediate needs, but also in terms of working to change the structures of poverty that keep people oppressed. Frederic Ozanam was a scholar, and it is believed, or we know, that his writings on social justice are the foundation for the social justice teaching of the Church today. He has had a tremendous influence on the development of the Church's social justice theology. My favorite thing about Frederic, a couple of things. First of all, when he founded the society, he was very young. He was a married man with a family. And it shows that the charism is something that touches people of all walks of life and in many different circumstances. And the great thing about Frederic is that his ability to just transcend the reality around him to see a deeper reality of his being called to serve people in need.